Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and I'm here today to do a good old haul revisit, the first one of 2023, which is pretty exciting. So have a couple of things to go through in this video along with the books. First of which is that last Jan, when I started doing the haul revisits for 2021, I made this rule of that I had to read all of the books or I couldn't buy books the next year, which funnily enough didn't last even through January. I gave up on that idea and just thrown it out there. This year I'm not even gonna set that as a goal or any other, just the number goal that I talked about in my reading goals, which is my last video, which is under 100 for the whole year. So that being said, I think as I do these haul revisits each month, there are usually a few books that kind of stand out to me that I really want to read. So when those come up, I will just be like, I plan to read this month, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No stress this year. That's what we're going with. So I have 14 books left from last Jan. I don't really know what was happening, but bought a lot of books in January, which isn't usually my kind of MO, I guess. Usually January is pretty quiet and I don't really buy that many, but I got quite a few last year. And like I said, I have 14 of them left, so we're going to jump in to these now. Okay, starting up, I do have a bunch of non-fiction. First up, I have The White Album by Joan Didion. So I bought this one, I want to say during Black Friday, or Cyber Monday or whatever, and it just took a really long time to get to me, and I think that's what happened with this one as well as another one. I kind of thought maybe I would read this in December, but when it came to it, it wasn't really in the mood, so I didn't do that. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to it this month, but we'll see. Then I have two art history books. I have Women, Artists and the Surrealist Movement by Whitney Chadwick, who is probably my favorite art historian. This is the third or fourth book of hers that I've read. Well, I haven't read it, but it would be third or fourth book that I would read by her. And I really enjoyed her things in the past, and I'm really interested about the female artists who were part of the Surrealist movement, because it is genuinely a very male-dominated field, and I really like some of the female artists that were part of it. And then I also got She Persists, which is Perspectives on Women in Art and Design. This was put out by the NGV, which is the National Gallery of Victoria. I bought these two on the same day. My partner and I went into the NGV. I don't think we were there to see something in particular. I think we just went through the galleries and afterwards went to the gift shop, picked this one up, went to another bookshop and then picked this one up. So that was an expensive day because art history books are never cheap, but I am hoping to read this one this month. It was already part of this stack, which is looking a bit sad because there are a few of them. So I'm going to put that one back, and yeah, this is like essays, I think, and there are some illustrations. That was one from the Gorilla Girls. So I think it'll be good because I can read a few essays here and there. Yeah, I don't have to read it all at once. Okay, the last non-fiction, which also ties into my next section, is Another Day in the Colony by Chelsea Watego. This was the first book I got as part of Amplify Bookstore's Discovery Pack. So this is a collection of non-fiction essays examining, it says, the ongoing and daily racism faced by First Nations peoples in so-called Australia. So I've tried to read this one a few times and I've just not really gotten into it. So I'm going to give it another go, maybe this month, we'll see. And yeah, try my best to get through it. I don't really know what I'm struggling with. Maybe it's literally just the fact that I've read these first few essays so many times now that they're just kind of over them. But we'll see. And then the other one that I got, because you always get two in that pack, this was Quiet in Her Bones by Nalini Singh. I started both of Nalini Singh's paranormal series in 2020. Does that sound right? Yeah. And then when I saw this one as one of the options, I was like, well, I've really enjoyed the others. This is definitely a departure from those, but this is a thriller mystery set in New Zealand. I am really looking forward to this. I've read a bit of it before and it was like a very quiet kind of start. I really enjoyed that. So hopefully coming back to that one. Not sure it's going to be this month, but we'll see. I have a bunch of just fiction. So I have Sabrina and Corinna by Carly Farajo and Steen, which is a bunch of short stories. I'd wanted this one forever and I don't know if you can see, but I got it for $10. It's a little bumped up, but hardly. I don't know that it was really... I guess there's a bit of a stain on it. Anyway, it's still good enough to read. This is one that I am hoping to get to this month. Again, it was on the stack, so I will hopefully be talking about this one soon. The cover just makes me feel summer, so I thought it was a good time to read it. I have The Mistwick School of Music Craft by Jessica Khoury. So I heard about this one, I think it must have been in December, from Jane, who doesn't have a channel, but her Instagram is I Read Cereal Boxes, and she's joined in many live reading sprints and things like that throughout our little Aussie community. And she talked about this in, I think it was either one of mine or one of Mel's. Anyway, I was on camera and she was reading it in the comments and it immediately sounded amazing. So I picked it up and I have not read it. I haven't really thought about it, but it sounds like an adorable middle grade. If I'm in the mood for that, I will try and pick this up this month. Otherwise, there's middle grade March, right? Maybe I'll pick it up then. Okay, next I have Cousins by Patricia Grace. We're returning to New Zealand. This was actually a gift from Lana from Lauren Lullabies that arrived late in Jan. So I have the little note here from Lana. This is my favorite note that I've ever received because she signed it as your chaotic friend Lana, and I love that. Love that for Lana. I guess it's literary. It follows three female cousins in New Zealand. I believe that they are all Maori, I want to say, and apparently it's a movie, and I haven't got to this yet, but it does sound fantastic. And I think I will be trying to sneak it on to a little plan that I have, and we'll see how we go with that. Okay. Next up, I have these two. This is The Fountains of Silence and Out of the Easy by Ruta Sepetys. So last Jan, I bought a box set of 4 Ruta Sepetys books. The other two were Between Shades of Grey and Salt to the Sea, which I had already read, and these were the other two. I've kind of been saving these with the thought of, well, been saving this one because I started reading it last year during Eurovision-a-thon and didn't finish it, but I'll be talking more about this in a week or two. This one, unfortunately, is set in the US, so I can't read it for Eurovision-a-thon, but it's honestly kind of low down my list because I do have other books, and if I'm in the mood for something historical, this is, I think, 1950s New Orleans. When I'm in the mood for it, I'll read it. Finishing up, of course, we have some romance. So I have 2 contemporaries and 2 historicals. So first up, I have Battle Royal by Lucy Parker. I had started this one as well. I read 70 pages, wasn't loving it, put it down for something, haven't picked it back up. I will probably skim those first 70 pages because honestly nothing much had happened, and then continue from there. Again, don't know if that's going to happen this month though. And then I have Before Jamaica Lane by Samantha Young, which is part of the On Dublin Street series. I saw this for like $1 at an op shop and was like, I remember people talking about that series. I'm gonna pick it up. I don't know. I am going to see if I can get the first one from my library as an ebook or a physical book. And if I can't, I think I'll probably just unhaul this. I don't know. I don't know that I really have any interest in this, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try the first one and see. So I will hold on to this until I can discover whether I can get that or not. Yeah. And if I can't, I'm probably just gonna get rid of it. And then the last 2 historical romances, I have Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy. This was the one that I got along with the Joan Didion, I think. And yeah, historical romance. This is about a young widow, and she is, I believe, setting her stepdaughter up with this duke, but there is an attraction between them. So that sounds fun. And again, I'll give it a go when I feel like it. And then finally I have Trial by Desire by Courtney Milan, which is the second book in this Carhart duology. I read the first one, I think, in December of 2021, and then ordered this one pretty much immediately and just haven't read it. Honestly, I feel like I might just kind of flip through the first book and remind myself who these people are. This one does follow one of the side characters, but I don't really remember the setup, so we'll see. And I would like to pick this one up soon if I could, because it is kind of a smallish one. It does have really tiny writing, but it feels like it could be a kind of easy one to get off the TBR. I can hear my boys starting to cause mischief, so I'm going to quickly end this here. I will hopefully be able to share some of these with you throughout Jan when I read them. And that's it for now. I will see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.